Welcome on in, everybody. This is Beer for the Right Reasons. Myself, Riley, and Mr. Adam here. We got our beer. We're ready to talk Bachelor. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. This is the last of my summer beers. It's my pineapple coconut sour. It's the last of my kind of tropical, warm weather, fun summer beers. So
You've been holding on to him through most of the winter, dude. That's
I got
pretty
this in
great.
September, I think it is. Yeah, well, it's been minus 20 Celsius with crazy wind the last week. So
Oh
I'm like, nope,
God.
I'm breaking out the summer beer. I want to pretend it's tropical.
Well, speaking of storms and terror,
Yeah.
it's Shanae's week, isn't it?
Oh, good job.
Yeah, yeah. She's brought Shrimpgate to the masses. She's I've never seen anybody so obsessed with shrimp in my whole life. Yeah.
Did it make you hungry for shrimp? Were you watching this all and like started thinking about shrimp?
So not this one, but last episode where she cooked it
Last
up with all the
episode?
garlic and all
Oh,
that,
yeah,
and I was
yeah,
like,
okay.
oh man. I mean, Shanae's shrimp and Elizabeth's shrimp sounded absolutely delicious. So
Well, they're pretty easy to do. Like a friend of mine made some amazing shrimp one time. I was like, "What's your recipe?" It's like butter, garlic, and paprika.
boom. A little
Yep.
salt maybe too. Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
might have been a bit of salt in there, but I think, or maybe it was salted butter. But
Oh,
like,
sure. Yeah.
they're pretty easy to do well. But I was thinking about like popcorn shrimp this week, whole
Oh,
episode,
yum, dude. That sounds so
and
good.
I actually had to drive by a Bubba Gump Shrimp Co. today, and all I could think about was the episode.
Did you actually stop or did you
No, I
no?
kept moving. I kept moving.
Love it.
So,
Love it.
yeah.
So yeah, starts off with the drama, honestly. Shanae getting into it about the shrimp. The first part of the, even pre-rose ceremony, or I should say pre-cocktail party, is Clayton pulling these two aside, and like I've never seen a man not want to be somewhere so badly
Did
than
you see
him.
the picture I tweeted on the account?
I did, yes.
Oh my god. Does he not look like, I gotta go look at it again because he looks miserable.
Oh yeah, he's like,
Like,
none of these are my top flight here. I'm just
no,
dealing
he's
with
like,
this for the drama.
yeah, like Shanae makes him a bit horny, but that's a bit all. Like,
Well, yeah, that's fair. She's a
uh,
very attractive lady.
she's gorgeous. Like she's
Yeah,
a babe.
yeah.
Just it doesn't, that attitude takes her from like, what are her looks rank her up here or way down?
Hmm. Oh man, I
Yeah.
put that I'd be scared of her as a girlfriend.
She's
Oh my god,
intimidating. Like she would intimidate me.
yep.
Like for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, Clayton talks to two of them. They go at each other. It's all about the shrimp. And then Elizabeth throws. The only thing I thought interesting about the end of it was Elizabeth throwing shade, saying, "I think she called me fat." And it's like,
Yeah.
you heard fake, bitch. Come on.
She's walking away. They just had
Maybe.
an argument, right?
Maybe.
You know.
But I think Elizabeth's better at the drama than they give her credit for, because she's flipped it around a couple of times between like her and Shanae on their own versus
Yeah.
like the group of girls. So
She's not done so bad at all, no.
yep.
But okay, this is where, so how many times when Shanae and Elizabeth were sitting down together did the word hot tub and the word shrimp get said?
Like combined,
I rewound and counted.
30.
Actually, not that many.
Oh, okay. I went high.
There's 7 hot tubs and 7 shrimps.
That's still a lot. That's still
way
a lot.
too many for 2 minutes of television.
Yes, it is. I don't know. I find Shanae to be an endearing villain, honestly, because she's just a crazy one. You know what I mean? She's just like
She's had more
wild.
screen time than Clayton, I betcha,
I
this episode.
feel like maybe in this episode, yeah.
I betcha she did. Like,
Oh, it's crazy.
because she
man.
was, spoilers. She's on the group date later.
Yep. Yeah.
The opening drama is all about her. The rose ceremony prominently features her.
Yep.
And then the close of the group date features her.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there was like 10 minutes
yeah.
in the middle of the episode where she wasn't involved.
Oh man, I thought it was a good episode, but yeah, it was a little Shanae heavy, that's for sure.
I mean, people hate her and people are shitting on her, and I think there's a level that's definitely right to do that. At
Hmm.
the same time, though, she's making for TV that people clearly aren't tuning away from.
No,
And,
no.
this is like Joffrey in Game of Thrones or
Yep. Yep.
the fake Captain America in the Disney Plus show, where
I
it's like you just hate him and you're just waiting for that next episode and the comeuppance. Oh, and it didn't happen. All right, next episode, it's got to happen. Oh, it didn't happen.
Right, right. It just
So,
builds. It just builds. It's
yeah.
like we know, and we'll talk later about the episode about the her moment that I was waiting for that happened.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's good drama. I mean, it carries over into the rose ceremony, like you said, right?
Yeah.
And holy crap on a cracker! I didn't think he was gonna keep her around and kick Elizabeth off, but I thought they were both gonna stay and kind of continue the drama a little bit. But
Mm,
like in all honesty, like you can tell he has no attraction to Elizabeth. They've never
no.
had a real conversation. Shanae's ruined like any chance she had of like actually building something with him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, what can you do? Um,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
then
just before the roast
mhm.
ceremony, like, because they have that conversation, and then I love how they go back to the girls, and it's almost they're trying to act like the beef is settled,
Oh yeah,
and then it's like, nope, kicks right back up,
oh yeah.
and and we get 6 more hot tubs and 15 more shrimps
I'll eat
once
15
they go
shrimp.
back
That
to the
sounds good.
girls. Yeah. Jill, who I was saying it offline, but she's turning in just to the person they cut to for commentary, like,
Oh, she's
because again,
gold.
she has no connection. She has her little freak out yell moment. I lost brain shells listening to Shrimp Gate.
Hmm.
Genevieve like gets so fed up that I was like, ooh, she kind of popped off for a bit there. I like it.
Yes, the discount Meghan Markle's getting into the fray. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like
Your
it.
team Gabby, I might be team Genevieve.
That's fair. I like Genevieve too.
I
I
think
like
I'm picking
Genevieve.
her up as maybe my favorite.
I love it. I love it. Two
Yeah,
two saucy brunettes. I like it.
absolutely.
Yep. Yep.
But
But yeah, the rest, like the rose ceremony itself, like
pretty straightforward.
the other one that really hurt me, the hot one is gone.
You're
He got rid of the Dr. Kira. I love
yeah.
her.
Well,
Uh,
Mara ain't so bad to look at either. Do you see her
no.
in those fitness clothes? Holy moly.
Nice.
Melina left too, and I didn't even know Melina.
Nope.
I had to look her up because I was like, whose name is this that's gone?
Thank you for
And
doing
then
God's work there because I didn't
yeah,
do it. I was like, the other brunette, who is that?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And as we said, Elizabeth is gone. But something that's
Yep.
funny, and I haven't been able to unsee it since you brought it up, is Teddy's body language. How you're like, she's just so Gen
Oh,
Z.
she's so like literally like Jello. She's or not Jello, but like
Yeah.
pudding. She's just like bleh.
Yeah, pudding Jello, whatever you want to call it, because like when Jesse comes in to be like, Clayton's so exhausted he can't go through with the cocktail party.
Yep,
We're
yep.
going straight to the rose ceremony. Like she is like so leaned back and like this, like she just doesn't care about it. And then
Nope.
through the episode, most times they cut to her if she's sitting down. She has a one-on-one moment with Colton later, and she's like so mellowed out. It's just like, yeah, I can't unsee it. She's totally just chilling. I really like her just because she's so different.
She's
The
taken
way
it.
she's
She's taken
handling
it
it.
the way I probably would have taken it when I was her age, which is
Yeah,
just like not being super serious about it. Like you could tell she's really
not at all.
serious in her connection with Clayton, but
Yeah,
like other than that, she's like, this is a TV show, guys. I'm here for the hair. I'm here because of my hair, and because I'm ridiculously good looking. Let's just chill and have a fun time. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
she's a total sweetheart too, and
Yeah,
just
love her.
yeah, like she'd be like if when I applied for the show and if I had made the show,
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have been like her, like everything's going on, and I'm just like, how far can I lean back into this chair right now?
Yes,
Like,
yes. Can I nap here while this drama's going on?
yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
have any conversations. I'm just gonna close my eyes and go to sleep.
I love it. I love it.
Uh, so
Yeah. Next off, we find out from Jesse as he fakes the girls out that we're going to the
oh,
fine city of Houston, Texas.
they bit hard on that too. They thought something serious was happening. Like there's no dates. Like oh no, what's happened? Is Clayton
Oh,
giving up?
he's
Is
chosen
he pulling
Shanae
a
and leaving all of
Claire?
us. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Claire, he's bringing her back.
yeah, something right. Or he's just gonna pick Shanae and end the show right now, and then it's like
Hmm.
no, we're traveling early. And I didn't in all the preview footage, I never recognized anything in Houston, and well,
Nor
one,
should you. There's nothing to recognize in
I was just
Houston.
gonna say it's not exactly like Los Angeles, New York, even
No.
Toronto, Seattle, even where like they have kind of very famous skylines. You know,
We got that Space Needle, man. It helps out.
you got the Space Needle, you got the ocean. Vancouver's got this kind of a similar thing. They've got
Mm-hmm.
Canada Place and a few other things,
Spanish
and the
Shores or whatever it's called.
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
so like you can kind of I at least I can recognize its skyline, and I know some people find it pretty noticeable. So yeah,
Yeah.
Houston. I was just like, the only thing I know about Houston is the sports teams
Mm-hmm.
and one of the knockoff Spider-Man clones protects the city of Houston because he's like, man, there's too much shit going on in New York. I need to go somewhere where nothing happens.
Yep. It is very true. It is very,
Yeah.
very true.
So.
But yeah, no, they fly them private, which I found a little crazy. Or do they?
It was B footage of a private jet. I was like, I don't, because there was no footage of them in the plane. No,
Yeah.
like with Michelle's guys, they
Oh,
had the
you
little
make a
handy
point there.
cams
You
and they
make a
were
good
filming
point.
themselves. With this one, they show the private jet, and then the girls are like in Houston yelling, not Clayton's name either, which I thought was funny. They're just yelling Houston and like three
Houston.
landmarks. Yeah.
No, I,
So
I
I
was
don't think
like,
they flew private.
I was wondering because I'm like, man, that's an expense, dude.
The only thing that I maybe thought with them flying private could be if they didn't want the girls to catch anything, no positive tests and
Oh,
whatnot.
definitely. Yeah, yeah,
But then
yeah.
I'm like, they don't spend that kind of money on the show.
I mean, I don't know. That's a total 50-50 in my mind.
Yeah, maybe they do. I don't know. I didn't buy it. I thought it, if they were flying private, I was like, there's gonna be shots of them in this plane,
Oh
and there
yeah,
wasn't. So
yeah. No, I was curious about that one at very least.
yeah,
But yeah, Clarence, Clayton's friend, visits, right?
that was kind of nice.
Silly bro time. Good for them. They
Yeah,
seem to have a real friendship. They talk once a week, which is like, if you don't live the same place as one of your friends and you talk to them once a week, like on the phone, not texting,
yeah. I was just gonna
that's
say.
that's huge.
Yeah, me and my best friend, we do most of our communication through the group chat, which is memes mostly. It's
Okay,
just
of
like I
course.
saw this picture, and then like I had to go back to text him for something, and I just scrolled back like 3 weeks.
Oh
But
yeah.
he's my best friend.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No.
yeah,
Super funny. Super
that's what
funny.
guys do. And
Yep.
like, cause we'll just have the conversation between the two of us in the group chat, you know.
Right. No,
So
I love
yeah.
it. I love it.
Anyway.
But yeah, super chill. And then we find out Miss Rachel is getting a one-on-one. What do
Yeah.
we think about Miss Rachel so far? I was
Oh my
curious what
god,
your thoughts
she
were.
has to be at the top. Because he was so into her. He was gushing.
Yep.
She was gushing. They were doing like horny whispers to each other the whole date.
Oh God, the
Um,
the like, is everything you do hot thing
and then
really like got me.
and later in the episode when they're like slow dancing to like freaking, discount country Jonas
Rascal
Brothers,
Flats
whoever.
Redux.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, freaking Bass Pro Shops, in-house version of the Jonas Brothers or Rascal Flats or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, like they're like just horny whispering to each other the whole time, like, I'm never going to extinguish your light. It's
Oh
like,
good
oh,
God.
I can kind of see how in the moment, but it just sounds so awkward. It just sounds so awkward.
It is, and like I thought that was cool. The random family that they had a barbecue with was weird as shit too.
I
Like,
love how they're like, oh, hey, a family. Why don't we just eat your barbecue? It's like, wow, this wasn't planned at all.
hi,
Because
we
like,
just happened upon this nice Filipino family, and
yeah,
we're just gonna hop in and have some barbecue here.
yeah. Like, and if I, I'm barbecuing in the park with my family, and a strange guy with a camera crew and a girl shows up on horses, I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, sure, eat all our food. Why not?
You're only 6'4". We didn't bring enough. Of course not.
But apparently they're an actual barbecue shop because I went digging
Oh, that's
after.
cool.
So they're an actual barbecue shop, but they blurred out their logos, and so they
Oh
contracted them
man,
to be on the show, and they all had the T-shirt with their little
the
barbecue shop
barbecue.
logo on it,
Yeah.
and I guess they blurred it out, and I was like, oh,
Oh, sons of
that's a
bitches.
bummer.
Well,
But
do you know what the barbecue shop name is?
uh, I had it, and
It's
then
okay.
I
It's
think
okay.
I accidentally closed it, but
Well, I was gonna say we
yeah.
could shout them out, but you know. for dealing with such an awkward situation as a business, and it's clearly a family business because they all like knew each other and looked alike,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all
I
of
love
that.
seeing those family businesses, and it's just like you mentioned, like they're Filipino or Asian islands of some
I think so.
sort. It looks
Houston
like.
actually has a large like Asian community because of like
Yeah.
boating and a lot of the other
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Like, yeah,
So usually when you would see someone like that with a restaurant, your mind just goes to ethnic food, right? But for them to be doing like Southern barbecue, I thought
awesome,
that with the twist, I was like, that's really cool.
super
Like
super awesome.
I love fusion restaurants. One of my favorite restaurants in the province I live in is 5 hours away, and it's like this Asian barbecue fusion place, and
Love
it's
it.
just so good.
I
Yeah,
love it, dude. Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, I mean, overall, like to me, generic date. They're clearly,
oh,
to your point, super hot for each other.
yeah.
I think she's top tier right now. I think she's in the
She's
top tier.
top three easily.
I would say she's top, like at least top four.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I feel like there, I feel like actually the top four in my mind, when we'll talk about it at the end of the episode.
for sure.
But the top four are pretty even right now. Like nobody's like
Yeah,
really like I thought Teddy was gonna jump way ahead, but I think everybody's kind of chilled at that same top level right now.
I think she might be a step down, kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were talking last season? We're like, well, Nate, Joe, and Brandon are at the top, and then we had like, well, then we have Rick Rodney and
Yeah,
whoever else.
yeah,
I kind of have her that same just below the top, you know.
yeah. No, I
So,
completely agree.
and I couldn't find the guys on Twitter. I had them yesterday.
That's all right.
Also,
That's all right.
but
But yeah, no. Again, yeah. To your point, generic country band dance, typical Bachelor, circa Peter season.
I couldn't. The,
Good
the
on them.
only note I kind of have here is we haven't seen much of Rachel,
No, not
and
not
they're
much.
super into each other. And the other girls made some comment about them being into each other, and you even brought it up last week. And
Mm-hmm.
all it made me think about was Colton and Cassie, because before their one-on-one date, all the other girls were like, wow, they have such a strong connection. And I was
Yeah,
like watching that season, I'm like, what are you talking? We haven't seen anything with these two.
I think it's just
So
editing. Totally. I think
yeah,
they're
I
trying to
wonder if she's
downplay her to maybe like rise her
that's
up later.
that's what I'm thinking. So my
Yeah.
conspiracy brain, that's why I have her at like top three, because I'm like,
Adam's
oh, maybe
tinfoil hat.
they're hiding all this stuff because they want to make it too obvious that she's going way deep, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, but
But yeah,
date two.
what's that?
Oh, I was gonna say date two,
Date
group
two,
date.
group date. Yeah. Um, Starts off pre-group date, and the girls are talking some shit about Shanae, and she listening through a wall. I couldn't
I think
care
that was all
less.
done through pickups
The only
too. I
thing,
don't.
what's that?
I think they did that through pickups, like pickup shots,
Oh,
like.
really?
Is like so she was just alone in her bedroom and they had a camera crew there as she was listening through the wall at the exact moment. I'm like, you guys, I don't know, maybe,
There
but
could
I
be
was
some
like,
editing there. Yeah.
I think there was. I think they're like, hey, we need you to listen through the wall or recreate this because
Sierra's talking shit. Get next to the wall. Come on.
yeah, something like that. I don't know. I thought that just looked so funky
Maybe she
because
did hear it, and then your point. Yeah, they just like refilmed it.
reshot it. Yeah,
Yeah,
who
no,
knows?
that's super funny.
But
But yeah, the group date
football
is
date.
shocker a football date.
They
It
start
took
off with the
Mhm.
tailgate, which is cool.
It is, and brings out my favorite thing on the entire planet: the entire cast of yoga shorts. Like these girls are so beautiful. It
Oh,
is. It is a. It's a delight. It's a delight.
I can appreciate it. Yeah,
Yep.
because like, who was Mara? Like, holy crap! I did not know she was built like that. Good job, girl.
Yep. Yep. It's the beauty of the workout outfits that everybody
Boy, I mean,
showing
they
off what
all
they
looked
got.
amazing
Yep.
too.
I
Like,
did find, and I don't know if you were gonna reference this with your Gabby thing, the whole like Hyundai plug that they had in there, where she had to like plug the car in,
yeah,
and I'm like,
and
this
then they
is
could run the
dumb.
barbecue off it.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I
cool,
thought was?
but
Oh,
yeah,
I was just gonna say, like, it was funny because right before this, they pulled up in a Mercedes, those large Mercedes vans, and that logo was blurred out, and then all the Kia logos
or
are,
Hyundai.
or Hyundai, yes, all the Hyundai logos were just everywhere, and
Oh
I was
yeah,
like, oh,
oh
that's
yeah.
so funny. Like they had to make sure to go out of their way to take that logo out, and So they get Hyundai to sponsor this part of the date, right?
Yeah,
Look at our electric cars. You can run barbecues off them for your tailgates because that's what you want to do when tailgating
I
is run an
guess.
electric barbecue in Houston, Texas.
Well,
But they didn't get a shrimp sponsor. We've had so much shrimp talk. No one remembers Hyundai. Everyone's talking shrimp. Get Bubba Gump to supply some stuff,
it's a
you
failure,
know?
honestly. Maybe they reached
Seriously.
out and Bubba Gump Shrimp was like, "Fuck no,
Yeah, they could have been like, hell no, we're not associating with Shanae.
no,
Absolutely not.
we're associated with Forrest Gump and we like it that way."
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, I thought that was really
um
funny. They bring out these players, right, that come to like start the next part of the date. Did
Jonathan Greenard and
uh-huh.
Camu Grugier Hill.
Did you know either of these young gentlemen?
No, I'm not a. I wouldn't know defensive linemen on the Texans if they basically weren't J.J. Watt or Clowney back, however many years. So
But like basically all stars. Yeah, exactly. Um,
yeah.
they
Well,
like they were
there's
nice
so many
though.
players, right? It's like to
Yes.
know even if they're a starter, they could be the sixth or seventh guy down the list, and to know that in detail, not as a Texans fan, you know.
Well, they barely even reference the Texans too. Like even when Clayton gets to the stadium, he's like, "I'm to the football stadium," and I'm
Mm,
like, "Do you guys not get the rights to say NRG Stadium?"
that was so awkward. Or even he didn't even. I don't think he said home of the Texans either.
No,
There was just like
I
one
don't
or
think
two
they got the
Texans
rights
logos.
to the stadium.
Yeah, that was weird. Super weird. But do you notice what the girls were playing? Cornhole.
Adam's favorite pastime. Ladies,
I'm
if
going
you're out
ice
there,
fishing. Oh,
yep.
I was
I
gonna say I'm going ice fishing this weekend, and we're bringing the cornhole set while we're
Oh, of
waiting.
course you are.
Basically, tailgate on the lake. So
I love it, dude. That sounds super
yeah,
fun.
it's gonna be a blast. So Sarah, Susie, Teddy, and Eliza, thumbs up for playing cornhole. I will go one-on-one with you any day.
He wrote down the names of the people playing cornhole, people. This is a professional podcaster. Okay. Love it. I love it.
Yeah,
But yeah, so the
love it.
Bachelor Bowl starts, right? The
Yeah,
ladies get all dressed up in their football garb. They gave them real football uniforms and actual like helmets. Whereas like
yeah.
with the guys in previous seasons, they've given them lacrosse helmets and just been like,
Hockey
go,
helmets too.
hockey helmets, like go hit the shit out of each other. And I'm like, shouldn't you be wearing an actual football helmet that's designed for this?
On Becca's season, they were wearing hockey helmets with visors. And it's like,
Right. And beating
you
the
don't need to
crap out of
worry
each other.
about something getting into your eye. You need to worry about a helmet clipping you in the chin or the jaw or a shoulder pad in the jaw. And
Breaking your
hockey
teeth.
helmets have got nothing there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
thought that
It's
was so weird.
But at least
But
they seem to have taken a note and actually put the football helmets on this time.
I thought it
Um,
was pretty good that they were fully geared up because I was like, yo, they're like treating this like real. Like, they're not like, oh, but since you're girls, we're going to do it this way.
yeah, like play
You
touch
know?
football. Like, come on.
Yeah, flag
Um,
football or whatever. Yeah, so
I was
I
going to
thought
ask
that was
you
cool.
when the game started, and we'll talk about your the disadvantages that the blue team has.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw Marlena, the Olympian against these like dainty girls, I'm like, it's over. It's
She
over.
she ran 400-meter track in the Olympics
Come on.
and got to the semifinals in London. And you're putting them out there. Like, do you see Hunter? Like, no offense to Hunter. We like her. She's a nice,
She's
sweet
nice.
girl.
Yeah.
Zero natural athleticism.
And they let her play quarterback.
Yeah, and do you see the way she was throwing the ball was
Eh.
like, like,
Amazing. Amazing.
So I thought that was funny. But yeah, so we get the Shrimp Stampede, which is Team Blue,
Amazing.
Lindsay, Hunter, Shanae, Gabby, Jill, and Eliza. 6 members.
Yep, 6.
The Purple Punishers are the other team. So Olympian Marlena, Susie, Sarah, Sierra, who was pretty athletic as well.
She was, yeah, she was getting
Yeah.
after it.
Mara, Genevieve, and Teddy. So not only do they have the Olympian, they have an extra player.
I might have stacked it the other way. Be like,
They probably should have,
maybe
but
we should get another player considering Marlena is 4 players in one.
Because when I noticed that, I was like, oh, Clayton's going to step in for the blue team here. He's going to play
Oh.
quarterback or, wide receiver. They're going to throw a thing. The girls are going to try to tackle him. He's going to trudge through with, six girls
Hmm.
hanging off of him, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
Jesse and the commentator that they brought in from Winter Games are going to be like, oh, look, Clayton, the women are all over him.
well, I
I
thought that maybe he might
saw
play
that.
like you know how like all-time quarterback where like both teams just kind of like catch and
Yeah.
he plays quarterback for both just for like the athletic ability portion of it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no,
No.
they really stacked it up for purple to win and shocker, another couple
21
of
nothing shutout.
crazy man. Like the only
It's
part of the
great.
game that I found interesting was Shanae and Sierra like literally tackling each other without the ball.
I loved how some of the girls didn't know the rules because at one point an interception's thrown and then Sierra picks it up and runs it all the way to the end zone and is celebrating. And then like Jesse, former high pick professional football player,
Yep.
Clayton played college, had some
Practice
or
squad.
exhibition games with
Yep.
the Seahawks. Two professional football players that are actively in the NFL are all like, "What are you doing? The ball's dead." And they're like, "What? Oh,
We
okay."
didn't know that. We just wanted to look
And
good. Maybe you wouldn't have cared about the rules.
and then Sierra too was just tackling Shanae completely away from the play, like unnecessary roughness all day. And then when Clayton asked her about it, she's like, "Oh, you have to tackle them if they have the ball? I thought you could just tackle whoever."
It's
It's
like,
like
come on, Sierra. We know. We know.
she
Like,
just wanted to tackle Shanae. I don't blame her,
no.
but she was just looking for an excuse. So,
Yep.
yeah.
You know what?
Man,
It
there were
was
a lot of highlights. I enjoyed that. That might be my favorite football date they've done, and they do like a football date every
it's
year.
pretty good. My favorite highlight of it was Gabby.
She
Um,
the best line of the episode.
I hope it's the one I'm thinking of too, because
Oh yeah.
when Clayton's like, "You gotta protect," and she's like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Just in the
She's
best
like,
like,
she was the center,
yeah,
snaps the ball to Hunter or whoever's on her team. I forget. Yeah,
Mhm.
it would have been Hunter.
Hunter.
And
Yeah,
then she just like stood by as like Sierra Marlena rushed Hunter.
I
You
just
have to
like,
protect the quarterback. Why?
Why? It was just so like from the movie Clueless that I just couldn't handle it. It
It
was
was
perfect.
Oh, it was so good. It was like going back to gym class, and you have your co-ed gym class in high school,
Yep.
and you're playing football, and then like the girls that don't care, the gym teacher's trying to explain something, and there's like, why?
Like, why do I have to do that?
It was so funny. It was so great.
It
And
really
then
was. It really was.
freaking Marlena looked like Taysom Hill when they got her the ball in the open field.
Oh, good
Like
God!
you could tell she was like a sprinter at an exceptionally high
It's
level
like
because
Heisman.
her strides and the power
Yep.
just boom down the field like nothing. Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. Not a shock that they win.
No,
The shrimp stampede got stampeded.
they sure
Uh,
did.
and the best thing that comes out of it is Shanae has a new opponent in Sierra.
Oh,
And
does she ever?
I'm excited about that. But yeah, no, purple wins. They earn the night part of the date, right?
Yeah, they get the trophy for winning the Bachelor Bowl. The what they actually gave it a number. They had a little promo package I thought was
A little
pretty
bit. It
good.
was cute.
Yeah. Oh, and one thing too. The Marlena hit on Shanae. Man,
Oh,
I rewound that like 4 times because that wasn't just like, a couple girls running into each other. That
no,
was like one girl who was athletic, and Shanae's actually pretty tall
she's pretty
herself,
built herself.
and she was surprisingly athletic in this too.
Hmm.
Like she as for the blue team, she was probably their best player. It looked like,
I think so.
and Marlena just clapped her, just laid her
Boom.
out, pancake. And I rewound it like 3 times. I was like, oh, I gotta watch that again.
What a hit! Like that's
Yeah.
that's maybe the best hit we've seen on in the women's Bachelor Bowls ever.
Oh, easily, maybe even the men's one, because
Ooh, I don't
and
know.
the men ones, they're like they all kind of know what they're doing, so you don't often get that big hit. But like no, like she hit her kind of mid body and definitely went
Boom.
down like head first, kind of onto the field. Like, ooh, that was a good hit.
I thought Shanae actually kind of missed an opportunity to be like, "Oh my God, I'm so hurt.
I
I'm gonna
thought
get
she was
Clayton's
going to.
attention and make out with him."
I thought she was going to. I was positive. She was
Yep.
like, once I saw the hit, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I was like, oh, no. She's going to milk this for 5 minutes. She's going to have to go to the medical tent for inspection, and Clayton's
Yeah.
going to go in there, and they're just going to make out and grind. And no, she just got right back up
I have
because
to
she
give
wanted to
Shanae
win the
props here.
game.
Shanae
Yeah.
literally like took that hit like a champ. I would
Yeah.
be in the medical tent. Okay.
If Marlena ran me over, dude, absolutely.
So funny.
Like,
So funny.
oh, I just thought that was fun. Like,
Yeah.
I just haven't had that much fun watching a Bachelor group date in a while. Like, we've
Yeah.
had lots of fun ones, but it's always like one or two moments. But this one I actually had good fun sprinkled throughout.
I agree. And that brings us to the night portion of the date,
It
right?
does. It does.
The
They get to go
winners
to a
are
little
there. Yep.
after party dinner or something. I don't really know. But
Yep. Starts off with Teddy and Clayton.
and again, she's so Gen Z when they're sitting down together. Like, he's like kind of leaning in, and she's like kind of leaning back. She's like, "Yeah, you're into me, but I'm just gonna kind of like
You
chill
like
on
me,
this
don't you?
couch."
I'm on the show
Yeah.
Euphoria, you know.
Oh man, I wish I could have gone to that high school.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, no, I haven't watched all of it, but like Morgan's watched every little bit, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
every time I walk by, it's like grindy, weird, dark sex every single
Yeah,
time.
drugs
And drugs, yeah.
and you know, Sydney Sweeney, who is
Mm-hmm.
10-10.
15-10. Come on.
She won the genetic lottery.
Yes, she did. But yeah, no, Teddy is definitely Euphoria vibes. Definitely like, oh man, it's a weird day when I'm not smoking weed, you know? But yeah, they still have good vibes between them.
They do. And like, I think that's one of the reasons I like Teddy so much, that she's so chill and just kicks back.
That'd be a nice relationship, because you're just like, what do you want to do today? You want to hang out? You want to go get a beer? You want to chill? Yeah, it'd be awesome. Like, that's how my relationship is with Morgan, and it's so nice.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. But then the drama starts again, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, obviously Shanae's pissed that she lost the football game.
Obviously. She can't lose.
So, like, all the girls are back, you know, being like, you know, they get back from their date, and Rachel and Serene are back there, you know, back in the room, because Rachel got the one-on-one date, and then Serene was getting the other one-on-one date that we never saw this episode, because she didn't go on either date.
So you think that's happening next episode?
I think that happens next episode, but we'll get to next episode.
I like. Okay.
But the girls get back, right, and you know, Sarah, or not Sarah, Shanae's all, you know, kind of upset, and she actually starts crying over the fact she's not on the evening portion of this date, man.
I mean, does that surprise you? I mean,
no, but at the same time, it's
come on,
girl, like, you've had more time with him than I think anybody else, and you haven't even had a one-on-one date. Like, that's how it's felt, at least. You know, and she, you know, like, Hunter was pretty sad, and Gabby was bummed out, you know, and Jill again's just making her random commentary, because she's like, I get no time with this guy at all. I've been around this long, and I haven't even talked to him.
I love her. Yep, she's gonna be great for Paradise. I can't wait.
Oh yeah. So, you know, Sierra, sorry, there's too many S names.
It's okay.
S names. Shanae decides she's gonna get all dolled up. And while she's getting all dolled up is when Sierra starts talking to Clayton. And she starts talking about the stuff that we mentioned earlier. Like, you know, her, Genevieve, Gabby, some of the other girls were like, you know, Shanae kind of sucks, and maybe we should tell Clayton how much Shanae sucks.
Let's gang up as girls. That never backfires.
Yeah, let's unionize against Shanae, right?
I mean, you see it with the, like, I feel like you see it every season with the Bachelorette too. Where it's like, there's this bad dude. We're gonna be stand-up gentlemen and go in there. It's like, this is never gonna work out well for you. I'm sorry.
Usually happens pretty early.
Yeah.
Like, remember against Yosef, all the dudes are like, you know, the 25 dudes are all aggro against him, and then the worst was Katie C's, and like every week Aaron was unionizing against somebody new. I know some people kind of like Aaron, but I could not deal with it.
I liked Aaron in Paradise.
I thought he was fine in Paradise.
He's all right. But yeah, he was definitely Captain fucking goody. You know?
Comrade Aaron, getting everyone to unionize.
Yes.
And I ain't got nothing against unions, but
no, they're very appropriate in certain scenarios.
Well, I mean, shit. And then look at yeah, union's good.
Yes,
That's my 2 word.
we agree on this podcast. We're pro union. Okay,
Yeah, there
there
we
we
go.
go.
But
But yeah,
yeah, so Sierra starts talking, and this is the thing that kind of annoys me. It's like you're getting your one-on-one time with this guy finally. Shanae's not even on the date. It's not the cocktail party,
yep,
right? You
yep.
don't know Shanae's gonna show up. Just talk to him, flirt with the guy, make out with him, grind on him.
Has Sierra even gotten romantic with him at
I don't
all?
think so, even
Hmm.
one bit.
Yeah,
Like
and this
at
is kind of
all.
the polar opposite of the Elizabeth thing. Because in the
Yeah.
Elizabeth thing, like, she was clearly getting fucking bullied by Shanae.
And she almost just couldn't even get herself to the point to be romantically involved
No,
because she was
no,
so
because
bothered.
she's always on defense.
Yeah.
Sierra, on the other end, is like, oh, I'm gonna be Captain America and be like, Elizabeth went, I have to go take care of this. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna do so much better if you just stay in your, like, I forget what the commercial is where he's like, stay in your lane, bro.
Probably your American commercials.
It's one of
So,
those. Yep.
yeah.
But
Because I don't know. Like I wrote down, I was like, you only talk like this if you're not contending. You know what I mean?
no, no, and maybe it's one of those things where the producers are like, yeah, we kind of know you're not gonna make it to like the end. Stir up some shit. Like
Because he's down to 12. What are we at? 15 girls.
something like that. Yeah.
You know, so you would think by then you more or less are starting to get connections, and like I said, there's just nothing there.
No, no, it's like Clayton on Michelle's season. Like there just wasn't.
Yeah,
Nothing.
no, nothing. Maybe even less, honestly, between the two of them.
I agree.
I
I
think.
agree. But yeah,
Like,
so oh sorry.
Genevieve then sits down and
Mhm.
kind of continues the conversation. Although we only got like 25 seconds of
It was
Genevieve,
quick.
so
Yeah, I almost thought that she didn't even say anything.
I bet you they probably cut around it because
Mhm.
she's one of my favorites to go deep, and in
I like
previous
her.
episodes I thought they've clicked pretty good, so maybe there was, well, yes, Shanae sucks balls anyway, you know, like that kind of a thing,
Sure.
where they talked about it and then got on it. But um anyway, so Shanae just gets ready at the hotel. It keeps cutting back to her during these conversations,
Yep.
and the way they edit it makes it look like she walked all the way from the hotel to where this date is.
Oh, good God. Yeah.
Because they show her walking down the hallway, going down the elevator, going out the hotel lobby, walking down the sidewalk, cut. Another shot of her walking down the sidewalk, cut. Another shot is like, they clearly put her in a car because they're probably a decent ways away.
I would hope so. Yeah.
But she's not walking that far in heels.
No,
Okay?
they just want the drama of like she's storming the beaches.
Yeah, and I just
Yeah.
thought it was so funny how they made it look like she walked all the way. That's how possessive and ooh, how much she wants them.
Yeah.
And she shows up and ruins Sarah's time. And I like Sarah. You like Sarah.
Yeah,
And I felt so bad for her.
Let's be fair,
'Cause-
she didn't really ruin Sarah's time
Wow,
because
she
Sarah's
interrupted
so
it,
far up that Sarah's like, okay, that was a pesky fly that hit the windshield. Okay.
I suppose. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, she's kind of had her time ruined. And
A little bit, yeah.
even Clayton didn't look too happy to see
No,
Shanae.
no. At first he was like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, he almost looked annoyed.
He's like, I just want a date where I'm chilling, dude. You know?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
so-
For me, like, clearly, and Shanae has this innate ability to, like, most girls, when the drama happens, it's like, okay, after a little bit of this, the bachelor kicks you out because there's no connection there. Shanae has this innate ability to be like, drama, drama, drama. Okay, let's just do everything but fuck right afterwards.
She casts herself as the victim.
She does.
Well. She's like, all the girls are teaming up against me. And then on this date, it showed two of the girls shit talking her when she's not on the date. And so
I mean,
Clayton's probably like, maybe they are ganging up on this girl, blah, blah, blah.
Again,
But
I go back to this. There's no upside to getting involved in the drama
no.
unless you're just literally have zero connection. Then go have fun.
Yeah.
Go have fun.
I
Go
guess.
slay some dragons if you feel like it. You know?
Yeah.
But-
Anyway, she interrupts Sarah, basically grinds with Clayton again. They make out a whole bunch.
There's a bar. There's
then
a bar top that gets violated. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And then she goes over to where the rest of the girls are and says, you better keep my fucking my name out of your mouth. Don't talk shit about me. And then takes the trophy, storms away, and whips it into the bushes.
Honestly, I've been waiting for the trophy throw from the previews the whole season. It was so anticlimactic.
It was not as good as I wanted.
This was not a fence jumping
this was not even a jacket into the pool toss.
No, it wasn't. I literally was so stoked because I thought she has to at least be on the date that she throws the trophy, right? Like, oh, these bitches are talking. Wasn't. It's a little deep. It's just like, no, I came in, I made out with him. I'm going to throw your trophy like a little bitch.
Okay, yeah. I called it last episode. She was going to crash the date.
Yeah. You certainly did. You're becoming our sleuther, which is kind of interesting.
Well, again, I just looked at that preview and I was like, why would she be so mad at the trophy if she didn't win the date, right? So
yeah, you've got some sound logic there, Sherlock. You're on it.
Otherwise, I would think maybe she'd be like, "This trophy's mine. I was the MVP. I'm gonna take it."
Yeah,
but so.
I thought maybe it could have been one of those ones where it's like, oh, only the winning team gets to go, and then the Bachelor's like, no, I think everybody should get to go.
Oh, like what Ari pulled?
Yeah, Ari was like, I give no fucks. This is just a bunch of hot young women.
Because whatever team won clearly didn't have the team with the girl he wanted to make out with on.
Nope.
So he's like, guess what? Everybody wins.
I don't want to spend time with those ladies. Come on.
No, I want to make out with Lauren.
Yeah, it was there all along under our noses. He was going to ruin Becca's life. What can you do?
Yeah.
But
things have worked out for her now.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So that's pretty much it for the group date at very least. They kind of cut away from it after the trophy throw.
They leave us in suspense about what happens because they show us they kind of almost go straight to the preview where we get, like I said, there's no footage of Serene on a date, but she didn't go on either group date, so you have to figure she's on a one-on-one next week.
I don't think this deep that they have girls that don't go on dates.
Yeah,
like that's like week 1, maybe week 2.
And especially if you were going to imbalance the teams, right, in the group date like that.
Just unnecessary. Unless, like, yeah, I think you're totally right. Yeah.
So I think we get that, and then I think we get a rose ceremony. So I think we're going to have, like, a mid-episode rose ceremony.
I hate
this is me doing all my predictions.
Yes.
And then it shows us in the preview, we're getting the return of the 2-on-1 date.
I'm so excited for this, I can't even tell you.
Oh,
like,
dude.
Ever since Chad, and I forget the other guy's name, I've missed the 2-on-1 date. Like, I realize that it's volatile, but I freaking love it.
The last 2-on-1 date I can remember is Becca's season, speaking of her.
Yep.
And Jordan, the model.
Yes.
And was it David the chicken?
Yes, yes.
That was the last one, and both guys went home.
Yeah, and both girls could go home this time.
They could.
I doubt it, because it's Genevieve and Shanae, right?
And he's so hot for Shanae, and like I said, like I think Genevieve is going pretty far. Like I turn off the preview at the later this season, so I don't know.
I do too. Yes,
what girls are there.
For anybody that watches this podcast, we try to stay as unruined, unspoiled as possible. We're gonna be spoiled at some point. It happens. But like the previews have been ridiculously disgusting this season, so we're trying to avoid it.
Anyway. Yeah. So the second it cuts to later this season, I'm like, nope, preview off. But I just have a good feeling about Genevieve because, like I said, I think they get along quite well.
Yeah.
And I have her in my top 5. Like we were saying earlier, who our top ones are.
I don't know if she's that high. I got you.
Rachel's in my top 5. So those two. Sarah.
Yep.
So Sarah, Rachel, Genevieve, and then I've got Gabby as well. I like Gabby, but then I don't know who else to put up there. I kind of think I have Teddy as the last one.
So for me, I think there's a top tier, which is 4 ladies.
Okay.
Sarah, Susie, Rachel. Yeah, Susie is like up there.
How did I forget about Susie?
Rachel, obviously, and Teddy. I think those are the top 4, and then your next tier is like Gabby, Genevieve, Shanae. Not Shanae, but like Gabby and Genevieve probably.
She probably is. Yeah. As of right now, she's probably there.
Yeah. But like the tiers are pretty split too. Like,
I was gonna say Shanae's above Jill, right? You know, let's go down the rest of the names here.
Oh yeah,
she's above Jill. She's above Eliza.
Yeah, definitely.
Mara,
Hunter.
Sierra,
Yep, above all those.
Marlena,
Yep,
Lindsay.
yep.
Like she's above them, right? So she would be in that next tier,
Yeah,
right?
so I think
So
Shanae's at the bottom of the second tier.
yeah.
And then, yeah, to your point, Genevieve and Gabby, which are our two favorites, are like top second tier. We just got to hope that they get, like, Gabby got a huge boost last week. You got to hope Genevieve gets a boost soon, because otherwise it's over.
Well, she's
Like,
on the 2-on-1 date.
yes.
And
And
what I'm
there's some
hoping happens,
yeah,
is she shines on the 2-on-1 date and she gets through and Shanae goes. Although at this point, with the way that Shanae almost has Clayton wrapped around her finger, man, if we found out that Clayton is like, "Can I have 2 roses?" I'd be like, "Yep, that
could
somehow
happen
fits this season."
Oh, easily.
So,
Easily.
yeah.
Yeah. It's been the unconventional rose season, so why not?
Yeah. Well, we had the girl who didn't even make it to the show get off of a rose and leave. We had the rose takeaway from Cassidy, right? So, what other shenanigans can they pull?
I'm just excited. The 2-on-1 date is one of those. I literally wrote 2-on-1 motherfuckers. Like, it's gonna be great.
Oh, like I said, we haven't seen one for so long. You remember? I watched one 2-on-1 date completely out of context of the season, and that was who was the platinum vagina girl on Nick Viall's season?
Yes,
Corinne.
Oh, I love
and
Corinne.
Taylor, because that was
one of the better ones. Because Taylor is from Seattle.
Oh, is she? Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I watched that one out of context because I was vaguely familiar with the show, and then someone's like, "I just watched this one," and then it turns out the guy who drives that little boat used to be a wrestler. So I was like, "Oh, wrestling, great!
Good
That's
enough."
My gateway into this show.
We all got to have an angle, man. For me, it was watching it, and then it was watching during Ben Higgins' season, and I was like, I know who's gonna win this, and everybody picked JoJo, and then it ended up being Lauren, right? I think her name's Lauren.
Speaking of Ben, so Clarence comes in, right?
Yep.
Clayton's friend. How much better was that than like however many years ago it was that Colton, who never met Ben before, had his I'm gonna hang out with my friend today, and it was Ben Higgins. It's like you guys don't even know each other.
It's a balancing act because it's fame versus
I guess
friendship.
I don't know.
Right?
I like how Michelle, her girlfriend showed up with Clayton. One of his boys shows up, right? I was like, I'd much rather have that than forcing in a previous lead or something like that,
For sure.
So.
For sure. Well, all in all, good episode.
It was.
We're looking forward to more drama. This is the cattiest season in a while, so let's
2-on-1, man. I can't wait.
It's gonna be great. So for those on YouTube here, it's please like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys watching. If you've made it this far, please comment if you've made it this far. Good job.
If you're watching on Twitch and you haven't yet, hit that follow button, please.
Please and thank you. And also to Adam's channel, please check the YouTube. It has all of our links as well as our Twitter. Yeah.
And I put some pretty funny stuff out on the Twitter.
It's great. Your memes are top tier memeing on our Twitter. Yeah. So
we have like 15 followers, but sometimes I get like 20 likes, and I'm like, can you guys just come follow me if you like my tweets so much?
Yep. Do it. Don't think about it. Do it. So thanks again, everybody. Again, thanks, Adam. And